Could I have your attention, please? Thank you. I want to highlight, because it was kind of noisy, but that was Elizabeth Latham singing, and that is the sister of Kristen Taylor and the sister-in-law of Brian Taylor, which means nothing, but wasn't she fabulous? How about a round of applause? Where did she go? I know many of you in the room, and let me have your attention just a minute, please. Many of you go to events like this, and I've been in many in this room as well, but nothing like this one. I got emotional just going through the program here because of all that is coming together tonight for a cause. There's lots of causes. This one is very personal. I encourage you to look at the program and look at some of the comments about the children that are being helped. I'm going to read some of the highlights that I picked out. I continued to feel very ill, and doctors in my hometown couldn't figure out what was wrong with me. I was in constant pain for a very long time. Thanks to Rebecca, I have been able to learn so much. My wish is to make more people aware of this condition. This is not an ordinary chicken dinner, is it? The girl was diagnosed with pediatric pancreatitis at the age of 8. Met her a few minutes ago. Prior to the change in her health, she was an athlete full of energy. She said, "No one understands the pain I feel inside, but it doesn't go away. Maybe one day." Another said, tried to explain what it feels like to have pancreatitis. He said, "It feels like my stomach has been burned by something hot, but the burning is on the inside of my belly. It's hard to explain because the pain is just so bad, like the worst in the world." When he asked what he meant to him to find help, he said, "I feel like it saved my life. It hurt so much before, but now it doesn't, and I can play sports." What you're doing here enables that to happen. A mother said that the doctors repeatedly blew off the severity of what was going on. One doctor even accused me, the mother, of feeding my skinny little children too much fast food. We ended up having to go out of town to find a doctor who finally took it seriously, which was life-changing. And she goes on to say, "We're grateful for Rebecca's wish, as well as the doctors who provide them with such excellent care." This is not an ordinary gala, is it? This is something far more important. And right now, I want to introduce to you, I don't know who they all are. I know they're here, children and their families who have been helped by Rebecca's wish. Would you please stand? Hold your applause till they stand up. Stand up, please. Some of you, I read your stand up now. Now is the time to stand up. Stand up. Now, you sit down. Go ahead and sit down. Sit down. And the rest of us, let's stand and give them a round of applause. Thank you. I want to recognize sponsors. VisionWorks, a bigger sponsor, the Becky and Don Russell Charitable Foundation. Becky and Don, stand up and be recognized. And thank you for the support you gave tonight and the support you're about to give later in the night. Diane Martin, in memory of Ken Martin. Is she here? Where? Diane, thank you. Thank you for sharing with us in memory of her husband, Ken, who she lost just recently. I want to welcome, there's some here from an organization from Chicago called Mission Cure. partners with Rebecca's Wish. If you're here from Mission Cure, would you stand up? Thank you, thank you. I don't know your names, but we will look for them on the live auction later. And also want to introduce you to Rolando Diaz, who's making a mess over on the canvas there. Rolando is a very talented, very unique artist that you will get to watch him provide this painting to us while this dinner goes on. He has collectors both in the U.S. and abroad, and there's a documentary on his life that aired in the United States, Russia, Canada, Puerto Rico, other places. Won 2 Gold Awards at the Sundance Film Festival. Rolando has also painted live with great celebrities to raise funds, such as Amy Grant, B.J. Thomas, Laura Bush, recently Ron Hall of Same Difference as Me. And Rolando believes his gifts are from God to be used for good. Rolando, thank you. And now what you need to know, he's going to do this painting inspired through this dinner, right, Rolando? And we're going to first auction off his hat at the end of the dinner, and then we're going to auction the painting. And Rolando and I were talking earlier, and the painting last year, not to set a floor or anything, but went for $42,000. And I think he's taken lessons since then. I think it's a lot better. So Rolando Diaz, we're glad you're here and glad you're doing this. Max Lucado, come up. It's fitting that we begin this, or kind of after I've begun, but we begin now with a prayer. Many of you know, probably all of you know Max or know of him. Books and sermons and speeches and travel and so forth. But he and Deanlin have ministered to Kristen, Brian, and Rebecca and their family since the beginning of this disease. And it's entirely fitting and appropriate and worthwhile for Max to open with a prayer.
Well, in less than 24 hours, the attention of the country will be on Miami, Florida at the Hard Rock Stadium. Chiefs and 49ers, Garoppolo and Mahomes, even Jennifer Lopez will be there. First downs, touchdowns, MVP, Super Bowls make headlines. Less than 24 hours ago, the headlines came from Washington, D.C., having to do with impeachment and discussions and speeches and senators and a president. That was 24 hours ago, and we're right in the middle. Big events make for big headlines, and big headlines, at least in our society, make for heroes who make speeches and make touchdowns. But the reason we're here is because we think there's another kind of hero. And this hero seldom receives applause, except for at an event like tonight. They suffer with dignity. They stand up against all odds. They're heroes like the families who are facing this terrible disease, like the healthcare workers and physicians who are dedicated to treatment and eradication. These people are the real heroes. People like Rebecca Taylor and her family. I wonder if you could take a stab at how many days young Rebecca has spent in the hospital in her short life. Over 1,000. How many times she has been wheeled into a surgical center for a procedure? Over 70 times. How many of us would have the courage, the faith? I don't even like going to the dentist. And yet you never hear her complain, never hear the family complain. But what you see is the family taking something tragic, redeeming it into something hopeful. And we have the honor of knowing them. Even more, we have the honor of standing with them. So I joined with Kenny in issuing a challenge. I would get a little more specific. You're not going to the Super Bowl likely tomorrow night. So would you take the equivalent of the cost of a 50-yard line seat or 10 and make that available? Put it to good use, better use here tonight. One final thought. If you do watch the Super Bowl, you're going to hear coaches and players described as making gutsy calls and courageous catches. I don't think so. I don't think gutsy and courageous should be used except in a setting like this. Because what these families face and what these healthcare workers are doing, now that's gutsy and that's courageous. And they are really heroes. And so we ask you, Father, to let your hand of blessing be upon this evening. And someday when we get to heaven, we're going to ask you about this disease and all diseases. But until then, until we know why, you have told us what to do. Look out for one another. Stick together. Stand up for one another. May we do just that. We offer this prayer through the name of the one who stood up for us. Amen.
Couldn't have said it better myself. Thank you, Max. I know some were staring. This is not my purse, but it's someone's purse, and it was found somewhere. And I'm going to put it just right here, and you can come get it, and we will applaud for you to further embarrass you. I didn't take anything out of it. I looked, and there wasn't much to get. Some of you who know me think that all these flowers and the blooming trees, that was my vision, but it wasn't. And it was the vision of Tracy Fike and her team. I was here this morning early, and Tracy was leading 100 to 150 people getting all this ready for you. And isn't it magnificent what we see here? Tracy, come on up. Tracy has shared this whole thing, is a remarkable leader, organizer, instigator for good. Please welcome Tracy Fike.
He forgot bossy. I can be a little bossy too. Well, along with Kenny and the Taylor family, thank you for coming to Rebecca Wish 2020. I would love to stand up and say, this was all me, baby, but it wasn't. I mean, we all know that it definitely wasn't. Kristen, this was all her vision as well. She's a heck of a leader, a heck of a mom, a heck of a friend. First of all, I do want to say thank you to so many people out here. First of all, I would love for my co-chairs, Dina Selva, Jody Harding, to stand up and get a well-due round of applause. Thank you. Where's Jody? Thank you. It's been really fun this year because we've involved our teens so much more. So for all my teenagers over there, stand up. If you've helped me sell raffle tickets, if you've done my graphic design. Oh, good. And we found the owner of the purse. At this time, I would love to thank all of my committee members. And again, please stand up, all of you who have had a hand in today. Thank you for not shooting me. Thank you for being there for me, offering me water, helping me out. No one said no, and it was a great team effort today. So everyone on my committee, please stand and be recognized. We are going to continue to sell raffle tickets. The cutie patooties over here with the pink balloons, they're going to make one more round. I'm going to have dinner here in a minute served for you guys, and then we will do the raffle. So again, I also have to say a special shout out to my emotionally support person, Carrie. She's been right there by my side through this whole thing as well, and Kristen and I couldn't have done any of this without her, so thank you, Carrie. So again, thank you for attending. We've had just a great time doing this. I also want to thank Jeff Goldblatt for all of his hard work. You're going to see a video here in a minute that's just amazing and will hopefully bring a tear to your eyes and will help you open your wallet just a little bit larger. But thank you so much for attending and enjoy your supper. Well, of course, before I do that, I have to say a special thank you to my special favorite people in the whole wide world, Ryan and Jessica Berg, who Lee Michaels has donated the beautiful Cartier watch. Along with the watch tonight, you get a Cartier bag of goodies and a bottle of champagne that you cannot buy. You can only get the champagne when you go to the Cartier stores. But tonight, the Bergs pulled some strings and we have a couple of bottles for this evening. So thank you, Bergs. And one side note is I forgot to thank my husband. So thank you, my love of my life, for letting me be me. All right, now to further ado, I'm going to ask Miss Lydia to reach down in here and pull out one winner. Don't look. Would you like to read it?
Miss Lisa Snow.
Lisa Snow was an online bidder, but I will definitely be giving her a call here in a few minutes to tell her the good news. And just so you know, we did sell over $7,000 worth of raffle tickets. So again, thank you.
Thank you, Rebecca. Thank you, Lydia. Great job. Round of applause for Lydia. It's a pretty weak round of applause, but it'll have to do for now. So many of you have given to this event, and there's a special group that I want to thank. All these flowers are pretty amazing. And friends of the Taylors from Dallas, Grow Designs, Nathan Johnson and his team. A round of applause to them, please. And if you're here, stand up and let us. And speaking of the flowers, Tracy thanked the love of her life and the love of my life. Happy Valentine's Day for the flowers there. All right, special moment here. Jeff Goldblatt, you're in the room. Where are you? Stand up and wave. Jeff, stand up and be recognized. Stand up just a second. Jeff has, as mentioned earlier, has prepared once again, a very special video. Jeff describes himself as a storyteller, and he has a lot of experience telling stories as a news anchor in various places, including a number of years here, covering stories around the world, Afghanistan, Iraq, Hurricane Katrina, and now he's in the business of telling stories, and he's an amazing talent, really gifted, and he shared some words with me about this event, and I'm just going to share some of them. Video tonight is identifying grace, selflessness, strength, poise, courage. Rebecca Taylor embodies all of these and then some, and when you look at her tonight, it's hard to believe she spent much of the holidays in a hospital which Max mentioned earlier, a hospital bed undergoing treatment. And Rebecca, with no matter her condition, is 110% committed to other children. And this video will show you, thanks to Jeff, one of the greatest achievements of Rebecca's Wish is a first in the world training program of pediatric trained pancreatic specialists. Thanks to Jeff, and let's enjoy the video. Jeff Goldblatt, thank you very much. Really fabulous. Very talented. I want to, some words that Rebecca said there, or that the video said about Rebecca's Wish, which is what the organization is and what the event is tonight. It's in the program there, but you need to know, if you don't know this already, and maybe you don't, that the Make-A-Wish Foundation, comes to children who are very ill and they get a wish, and it's Disney World or a trip to Paris or a week in Tahiti or something. Rebecca's wish was to start a foundation to help these other children. I've never seen such unselfishness and thoughtfulness in spite of such adversity. There was a person there that, in the video, that is going to speak next. And that's someone that has lived with this family and these other families you see, and so many in the hospital. Dr. Sandy Patel is at UT Health, is a faculty member, and all the very specialized training in many places to get to where he is now. Kansas City, John Peter Smith in Fort Worth, St. Elizabeth's Hospital of Boston, University of Massachusetts, on and on, but he's here. I was kind of going through the internet looking at information on Dr. Patel, and the ratings that people give, I pulled some of those out, Dr. Patel, and it says, "I have nothing but praise for my provider. He was the only doctor who listened to my issues and concerns and was willing to help me find out what was really wrong with me." We heard a statement that's in the program from a mother who said they just gave up, or they accused me, or whatever. Other comments that I enjoyed reading. There's so many. I have so many pages. Dr. Patel is a lifesaver. He's the best doctor I've ever known. I trust him so much. Dr. Patel is the best doctor I've ever had. He's a godsend to me. I just love him. I think he's a great doctor. He's very personal. He's down to your level. He respects you. He's kind. He's gentle. I just love him, and I hope I continue to use him. Clearly knowledgeable and never made me feel rushed. My visit with Dr. Patel was superb. He's an amazing technician, but also great human kindness. One of my favorite doctors to visit. I always come away knowing what's going on and feeling great about knowing that he understands what's going on and where we go from here. He's my doctor too. Frankly, I find him a little pushy, a little bossy. Don't do this, don't do that. You do too much of this, you do too much of that. And my favorite is, Kenny, as you get older, that's Dr. Patel is a phenomenal physician, and he's here with his wife, Sunita, who is in this too. Sharon and I have watched this family all these 1,000 days that Max mentioned. And we've seen Dr. Patel there on holidays in the middle of the night, scratching his head about what to do next. And I know he's said to the family many times, "We'll figure this out." One of the comments was about that. So he's at the center of the medical piece of this Rebecca's Wish. San Antonio is fortunate to have him. Rebecca is fortunate to have him, and all these children that are here tonight are as well. And these doctors that are being trained here are spreading this ability and talent to other parts of our country where other children can say, he understood and took care of me. Welcome, Dr. Patel.
Wow. Thank you, Kenny. I think first and foremost, I think we should understand, I mean, despite the nice words, Kenny, it's an entire team. I am blessed, proud, honored, really, to be one of many that make up the team that we have in San Antonio. San Antonio should be incredibly proud of the group of individuals that we have pioneering the care of children with pancreatitis. I've been given 4 minutes, by the way, so I'll have to cut this a little bit short. I'm really proud to say that we're the first program in the city that is building bridges. We have our team from Christus Santa Rosa Children's Hospital, Baylor Medical School, as well as University of Texas and University Hospital System. It's really the first program of its kind that's built bridges for the benefit of the children. Let's put our resources together and just honestly do the right thing. So my goal in the next 3 minutes, 3.5 minutes, is really to go over the medical stuff. One of Rebecca's wishes was to give children with pancreatitis hope. And it's profound. So I want to give you a little bit of insight on what it's like to live with pancreatitis. Pancreatitis is a debilitating disease, as you've heard, you might know. Causes incredible amount of abdominal pain, nausea, vomiting, to the point where you just can't eat. You eat, you get pain. Because you don't eat, you lose weight. You lose weight, you get dehydrated, and you end up in a hospital. Sometimes for days, but usually for weeks or months. It's a long time. Sometimes a couple of times a year, maybe 4 to 5 times a year, you're in the hospital for big chunks of time. It affects your scholarly activities. It regresses your academic progress. It's a huge strain on the parents, families, and friends. But believe it or not, that's not the worst part of it. It's not even close to the worst part of it. It's the emotional distress that families go through because of the lack of knowledge that we as a medical profession have a lack of. We were not taught about pancreatitis. We weren't taught how to diagnose pancreatitis. We weren't taught how to treat pancreatitis. And so the result of that, as you've heard a little bit, is that families go from doctor to doctor, hospital to hospital. They sometimes cross state lines just to get adequate care. And the horror stories that you hear from families about intention, malingering, making this up, as if the distress wasn't bad enough. Now you have people, healthcare professionals, that are really second-guessing and questioning the validity of what you're going through. And people lose hope. Families lose hope. Patients lose hope. And it's a terrible thing. So we're changing that in our city. We're changing that. And it's just not me. It's our entire group. Every day, 365 days a year, on holidays, we are providing state-of-the-art care for these children, compassionate care. We're giving these children hope. We're teaching the new generation on how to do this. And importantly, we're doing research to find novel therapies and new equipment and devices that might help these children. That's what we're doing in San Antonio. And God could not have given us a better ambassador. Rebecca Taylor. Boy, keep it together, Patel, keep it together. Rebecca's bravery, compassion, grace. These are among many other features. But those are the three things I think of when I think of Rebecca. Rebecca inspires me every day. Every day I wake up in the morning after a couple of hours of sleep, I pop out of bed and I'm ready to go. Ready to do this day after day after day. I would talk to Max about this, day after day, ready to go. Because you look at this courageous young woman, little girl at the time I met her, I'm like, wow, that's the epitome of bravery and grace. And this is what pushes us forward, pushes all of us forward to do the right thing. And you give people hope. We have a lot of us in the room that think of you and think of hope for a better day, hope for a future where things might change. Rebecca, I love you. You inspire me. God bless you. And thank you. Thank you for your support.
Stay here. You didn't keep it in 4 minutes.
Close.
But what would you want to say that you didn't get to say? Keep going.
Kenny's not a very good patient. I take that back. I'm so proud of him. Look at him. Doesn't he look great?
Stay here. I've met at least one of Rebecca's nurses. If you're part of Dr. Patel's team or UT Health or Santa Rosa or a healthcare provider, stand up and let us recognize you too. Stay here. Thank you. Jeanette Robinson, come on up. You're learning a lot here, so there's a woman that I'm not going to say much about the introduction of her, but she's in this class of families that Dr. Patel talked about, the losing hope, et cetera. Jeanette Robinson has a daughter, and she's going to read a letter to us. And Dr. Patel, you stay here too.
Hello. Hannah is 16 years old. She is from San Antonio. In all my years as a mother to 4 children, I have never encountered a more heart-wrenching and serious situation as I did in October of 2018, when Hannah's first pancreatitis attack presented. Never. When you know with certainty that something is wrong with your child, very wrong, it is terrifying. I had the expectation, as she was rushed by ambulance into the emergency room, full of medical professionals, that she would quickly be comforted and that answers would be quickly known. They weren't. And this only escalated the terror, hers and mine. What do you do when you see your child suffering beyond any suffering you have ever seen or known? Let me be very clear about this. Pain so severe, your child is begging to be put to sleep between bouts of vomiting and the deepest moans of agony. Pain no child should ever know. Pain that you as a parent, can literally do nothing but watch. Then what do? Only to be told that there is very little that can be done to help them. That there are very few doctors and limited resources. That so much about this disease, this incurable disease, is really not well understood at all. Where do you go for help when you thought the hospital was the last line of defense and the place for it? Before meeting Dr. Patel, through the work of Rebecca's Wish, we were plagued with I don't knows and diagnostic uncertainties. We discovered, unfortunately, over the course of the last year and a half, that Hannah has several autoimmune diseases. However, the extent of her chronic pancreatitis, the damage to it, the impact, the prognosis for her future with it, were all at a complete loss to us. We knew nothing, but her pain was very real and very frequent. The vital work that Rebecca's Wish has done has made a tremendous difference for Hannah. If not for the research that you have conducted, the training and the recruiting of medical professionals and equipment so desperately needed for our children, we would be lost and floating dangerously in a black sea of complete hopelessness and complete ignorance. And that is terrifying. Thankfully, with Rebecca's Wish intervention, we at least now have answers. And these answers, well, they aren't always very easy to hear, allow Hannah understanding and the ability to create plans and strategies for her life, in spite of it all, with Dr. Patel's help. And for us as her family to be able to understand, to support, to encourage, and to fight with her through it. So I could not be more grateful or indebted, truly, to the work. I lost my place, sorry. You have been able to save us from darkness. You've given us a community for comfort and for sharing. And more than anything at all, I cannot thank you enough for relentlessly pursuing better. Better treatments, better education, better access to specialized doctors, and ultimately, hope for a better life ahead with a cure. So, thank you.
Hannah, can you stand and let us say hi to you? Let me make a statement and see if I can get an amen to this. This is not your ordinary gala. Amen. Let's try that again. Amen. Okay, good. Thank you. A lot of talk about what this does to families, and again, 1,000 days and nights in the hospital, terrifying days and nights, many of them. What Jeanette described, pain that just won't go away and is not imaginable. As a parent, can't do anything. This Taylor family is something else. Brian said to me 2 years ago was kind of the beginning of this. I didn't know where it was going. Now it's running it. It's getting traction, getting speed. And it's changing the way, Brian said, how healthcare is provided. I talked to Nicholas. He said, I said, what's it been like, Nicholas? All these days and nights in the hospital, your parents up there worried and you at home. And he said, we've been without our parents at home a lot, but it's been a neat experience. A bunch of people all coming together for us, were there for us. And with all the pain, he said, it's nice to know we can help others with the pain. Who has unselfishness like that? He said, knowing that other families can avoid all the pain and get back to their families faster makes it worthwhile. Alexander, who claims to be the smartest in the family, I asked him about all that. He said, it's hard to describe. He said, I hated it at points, but it's helping kids. He said, it seemed normal to us, but it wasn't. And he said, patients needed someone. No one saw that, but Rebecca does. And let me introduce to you a new member of the National Institute for Health Pediatric Pancreatitis Group, president of Rebecca's Wish, Kristen Taylor.
Hi. I know y'all are going to get nervous at seeing these notes, but this was really my last year's speech. Because I was so busy helping do all the stuff today, I decided that I would act important if I had last year's speech up here, so you'd think I was preparing for what I'm going to say today. What do y'all think? As many of you know, last month Rebecca was in the hospital, and we have grown very fond. The doctors and nurses and technicians that are with us are our family. And people say that and they're like, oh, they're like family to me. But no, there are many years I spend more time with the doctors and nurses and caregivers than I do my own family at home. So they have to be family, or then it's just a really weird relationship with a bunch of strangers coming in and out and seeing you in your PJs every night, right? So last month we were in the hospital, and while I was in the hospital with Rebecca, and we were at kind of an emotional state, and one of my mentors and very favorite people that I have gotten to know over the years, we have just a really beautiful relationship with, is Dr. Naveen Mittal. And he's sitting right there, and Dr. Mittal, you want to wave? So truly one of my favorite people in the world. When Rebecca gets well, he takes us to eat Indian food together because he wants to make sure that, it's an incentive for her to get out of the hospital. He'll look at me for hard days and say, Mama, you need some green tea. I'm like, yeah, I may need more than green tea, but I'll take your green tea. So one of these days, he was sitting there with me in the hospital, and we were talking about all of Rebecca's issues with colon, as you have now affectionately heard her colon called. So we're having these conversations, and he finally says, let's talk about the gala. And I'm like, awesome. Let's talk about something good, something fun, something coming up. He goes, I have a criticism to make of you. And I thought, okay, great. Because, it's not bad enough to be in the hospital and have to worry about what we're doing, but now he's going to criticize the gala. Like, I thought the gala was great. And he goes, no, it's specifically about your speech. I was like, oh, it's getting even better now. Like, I thought my speech was great. I thought I did a fantastic job, at least in not bawling and breaking down in front of everybody in this monumental occasion. And he goes, no. He says, I need you to hear me. He said, you started out your speech by saying, I am speechless, and then proceeded with your speech. He said, Kristen, everybody knows it's impossible for you to be speechless. So, in honor of Dr. Mittal, and not to make a liar out of myself, for the very second gala, I am most certainly not speechless. I am not tongue-tied. I am not without a voice. But I do stand before you astonished, amazed, and very humbled. And we are very, very thankful that you are here today. I could spend a long time listing the accomplishments. To be honest, 2 years ago, it was a really sweet idea for a charity, right? It was a sweet idea to help take care of these children. But we had zero money in the account. We had $233 before we had the last gala that was put into the account that was, to be honest, raised by Caleb's bee farming, selling honey, and my boy's lemonade stand business. That was the first cash that was wrapped up in a wad that was put in the bank account. That's all we had. That was 2 years ago. We're at over $1 million right now. In less than 2 years. Caleb, and y'all have a good investment, by the way, your lemonade stand. We need to keep going with that. In less than 2 years. And it's not just the fact that there's a pediatric endoscopic program that's going and we're on our third trainee. That's phenomenal. It's not just that we have a protocol that we have nationally standardized. It's not just that now we are giving these chronic pancreatitis patients passports that they can try to take into the ERs to be able to talk to doctors when a doctor said, I'm sorry, a kid can't get pancreatitis. They're like, you know what? Yes, we can. Yeah, and here it is. It's not just that. It's not just that we're trying to talk to the FDA and get the first drug-approved, targeted help for the pancreas outside of opioids, because at this point, that's all we have, folks. That's it. We're going to slam opioids on you. We're going to put an IV in you. We're going to put you NPO, which means no food and water for those of you who haven't lived in the hospital, and that's all we've got. We're going to try to get hundreds of millions of dollars set aside so that we can cure this disease, but at the very least, we're going to start trying. And we're working on that all right now. But what most surprised me was to be able to have international teams that are contacting us and are trying to say, look, we want to join in on this cause. Because we know that this is a hole that has been needed for so long, and we have had nobody to help drive this. This sweet little charity has turned into something where we have people internationally calling me and saying, let's join this team. Let's get researchers that are coming from overseas. Let's get doctors that are pairing together in an international team to be able to come up with these protocols. And that has happened from this beautiful idea of this child that decided that she needed to do something different than the disease path that she had felt herself. Rebecca didn't ask for pancreatitis. She didn't want pancreatitis. She didn't want to miss school sometimes 3, 4, 5 months a year. She didn't dream about that every night. Now, my son Nicholas and Alexander dream about missing 3, 4, 5 months of school every night. Absolutely. But Rebecca did not. She's the weird social nerd, remember? She didn't dream about that. She didn't want this to happen, but it did. And the inspiration that I have, because I could talk on and on and on. Again, I have a strict time limit enforced from Tracy. I could talk on and on and on. But the truth is that what I want to end this focus on is the fact that every single one of us have an opportunity to take something negative in our lives. It doesn't matter what it is. It doesn't have to be pancreatitis. It doesn't even have to be a disease or an affliction. It could be a divorce that you went through. It could be your social status, the fact that you've lost your job. It could be something negative that you've had. Your greatest disappointments, Rebecca has proven, can be turned into the most amazing accomplishments when you turn that over and give that up. You say, okay, God, I'm not in the situation I want to be. What can I do about this? Viktor Frankl, who was a concentration camp survivor, once said, when you cannot change the circumstances within you and what you're surrounded by, all you can do is change your opportunities and attitude within that circumstance. And so Rebecca, who didn't ask for her disease path, decided, you know what, I can't change the fact that my body's sick and broken. But I want to change what I can do within this sick and broken body. And I'll never forget, we were driving home from a hospital, and the kids were in the back, and they were doing a game called the 3 Wish game. It's a very complicated game, said, essentially, what are your 3 wishes? Can y'all keep up with that? 3 wishes? You do that? Super complicated, 3 Wish game. So the kids are all going through their favorite 3 wishes. If they could have any wish in the world, what's their wish? What are my 3 wishes? Let's go and list them. Finally, they said to me, Mom, what's your wish? Well, we'd just gotten out of the hospital. We waited 6 hours for an appointment from somebody in this room. I won't name their names because then I'm going to be in trouble. Might be someone right around that table, like right there. There. We had waited about 6 hours for an appointment. Rebecca had 2 blood clots that were active. We're trying to give the shots. I'm trying to deal with insurance companies. I'm trying to deal with the pharmacy. I was exhausted. I was tired. I was tired of seeing her sick. I was tired of spending half my life there. And quite frankly, I was having a big pity party. So I'm driving home, and what's your favorite? What would be your one wish, Mom? I was like, well, that's easy. I wish that Rebecca didn't have pancreatitis. That's really easy. And Rebecca immediately said, Mom, please don't wish that. And it floored me. I'm like, why? Why would I not wish that as a mom? She goes, please don't wish that. She said, Mom, if I had not had pancreatitis, I would not be able to help all the kids that I'm able to help now. And you see, I wasn't willing to sacrifice my daughter's health for everybody else's benefit. But she was willing to sacrifice her own health if that meant that she could benefit other people. That's a spirit I want to have. It's a spirit I want to emulate. It's a spirit I want to inoculate every single person in this room with. It's a spirit that changes lives, and it's changing lives today. And I thank you for making the choice to be here, to be able to change these lives today. Thank you.
Chris Field, where are you? Come up here. And Rolando, are you about ready? All right. What? Oh, is it Rebecca's turn? Who's Rebecca? I'm just checking in. Rolando, are you doing okay? Chris, come nearby. Now, the climax of the gala is right now. And a lot has been said. I'm sorry about the 6-hour wait. Was that, which doctor was it? Yeah, that was in the comments, in fact. I think you all know what Kristen just described, a person that would say, no, don't wish that. We have a lot of people to take care of, and a lot of those people are in this room tonight. Please welcome Rebecca Taylor.
First of all, I wanted to thank all of y'all for being here tonight. It means so much for y'all to come and support Rebecca's Wish and all of the patients who were able to make it, and even those who weren't. But before I begin, I'd like to thank both of my parents for helping to keep Rebecca's Wish running while I'm at school or while I'm sick. Without them, none of this would be possible, and they mean the world to me. Now, aside from the accomplishments of Rebecca's Wish that you just heard about, I'd like to focus on my favorite part of this charity, the emotional aspect. The look that every patient gives me when I first walk in a room is the same. It's one of both disbelief and fear. Disbelief that someone could possibly be like them, and fear to get their hopes up too high. But by the time I leave with a new best friend, many of these friends who I still talk to almost every day now. It amazes me how much Rebecca's Wish multiplies out. A few months ago, I met a patient named Hannah, who you just heard about. We became fast friends after commiserating over the tragedies of feeding tubes together. We swapped stories back and forth about the best foods to eat, tapes to use, and most importantly, how to walk confidently down a school hallway. About a month ago, though, I received a text from Hannah telling me about a girl she knew who was about to receive a feeding tube of her own. This girl, I soon found out, had pancreatitis as well, and I spent the entire rest of the night talking to her until she was calm enough to go into her procedure the next day. But what fascinates me is that this girl did not hear about Rebecca's Wish through a news station or an Instagram page, or even from another doctor in a hospital. Instead, she was able to hear about it from another patient who was just like her. Sometimes, in the middle of the day, I'll receive a text from a patient asking for help through a pain spell. The best form of distraction I've found is when we can share stories with each other that only we would find funny, like playing bedside basketball with other patients in the hospital, or exploding heat packs in the middle of midterm exams. But I love these times because they let us focus on the positive moments of our situations that make us laugh. It provides us with a connection that takes our mind away from the pain and lets us see what an amazing life we can live if we focus on the good, because this pain is something that none of us can get through on our own. My pancreas has been removed for over 5 years now, but I still wake up in the middle of the night and could swear to you that I'm in another attack of pancreatitis again. Certain especially traumatic procedures I can't even talk about without clutching my stomach to try and protect it from the pain. But as much as I tell other patients over and over again that they are not alone, I used to think that I was the only patient who dealt with this. It wasn't until November, when one patient asked me what I did when I woke up from what she referred to as phantom pancreas pain, that I realized what an issue this was with others as well. I remember crying when I finally realized that I wasn't alone either. I don't want another patient to have to text me that they had to drop out of school because of the pain. I don't want another patient to call me crying because they're too weak to walk up a staircase. I don't want another patient's biggest outing for the month to be a trip to a doctor's office. I don't want life to be determined by pain. And until the day comes when I can cure pancreatitis, and trust me, I've already started trying, I will continue to work so that every patient knows that they are loved and understood on every level, both mental and physical. And for that day, I will continue to work, and we will continue to work together, because someday there will be a time when school is an everyday occurrence, and someday there will be a time when pancreatitis is just another vocabulary word on a history test. Someday there will be a time when pancreatitis does not determine the shape of our lives. And so, that is what we are going to accomplish together, is Rebecca's Wish and all of y'all with us, and we will change the lives of thousands of kids worldwide. And so from the child sitting in a hospital bed in India to the neighborhood kid across the street, pancreatitis will no longer have a hold on our lives. Thank you.
Oh, I got lipstick on it. I'm so sorry.
I'd like to ask all of the 8 pancreas patients to come up and join me on stage. I'd like to ask all of the 8 pancreas patients to join me on stage, please. These are just some of the faces of the patients that we're fighting for. Many couldn't be here tonight due to hospitalizations or travel issues because of pain, but for the ones who could make it, I'd like to give them one last applause, please.
Sit down for now. Come back. Rebecca, come back. Pretty amazing. A gala like no other. And what she's doing is worthy of your support. I mean, how could you imagine a message like that? And you know this, it takes money to do what we're talking about. It takes money to provide training and care for these and other patients. And so Chris Phil come up now, and Rolando's ready, and Rebecca is set this up for us and for us to participate, and now it's your turn. Thanks. Chris? Let me introduce you to Chris. Chris runs a great organization called Mercy Project that rescues sex trafficked victims in Ghana, Africa. And a fabulous ministry and effort, but he's one of the best auctioneers I've ever heard, mainly. So thank you, Chris.
All right. Well, thank you to everybody for being here. This is the last main event of the night before we're led in the benediction. But of course, in many ways, it is the most critical, because all that stuff Rebecca talked about are just words, if not for people to stand with her and with Rebecca's wish in solidarity to say, we believe in this. And Rebecca and her parents had the courage to show up, to cast a vision that was scary and seemed impossible. And the way that vision becomes real is when the rest of us stand up with them and say yes. And so, Rebecca, tonight, our commitment before we even start is that we're going to say yes with you and for you and continue to cheer you and all your friends on with the gifts that we have. So we want to receive those with open hands and give them back with open hands. So here's what we're going to do. You guys have your bid paddles. Let me see those real fast. Great. You all just bid on your first item. It was easy. So here's what we're going to do. It's a pretty wide room. So if you're really interested in bidding, which I hope you all are, let's make some noise. Tracy, I feel pretty comfortable with you being able to get my attention over there. I thought it was sweet of you to thank your husband for letting you be like you are, as if you had any choice in that. That was very, very generous of you. So we have 8 items, and then at the very end, we're going to do a little paddles up. And the money here tonight goes to what you heard of what's happening. And they're even doing research at the University of Texas right now to create a stent that, as I understand it, will be the first of its kind made specifically for children with pancreatitis. And make no mistake, the goal here is not niceties. The goal here is to cure pancreatitis. And it starts on nights like 2 years ago, and it continues on nights like tonight. You good? All right, Rebecca. All right, first up, giraffe dinner from the San Antonio Zoo. Gather 10 of your best friends for a once-in-a-lifetime experience. I know Tim is here. Is Tim here? Great haircut. You'll get to enjoy a private dining experience alongside the giraffes at the San Antonio Zoo. Get to feed the giraffes, all of that. Great stuff. 10 people, dinner with the giraffes. Let's get it going. Somebody bid now 1,000 now. Anybody bid now 1,000? 1,000 now is what I need. Got 1 now. Anybody bid now 2? 2,000 now. Anybody bid now 2? Got 1,000 now. Anybody bid now 2,000? 2,000 now. Anybody bid now 3? Got 2,000 now. Anybody bid now 3,000 now? Got 2,000 now. Anybody bid now 3? 2,000 now at the front. 3,000 is what I need. I got 2,000 now. Anybody bid now 3,000? 3,000 now. Anybody bid now 4? Got 3,000 now. Need 4,000. Give him some more wine. 3,000 now. Need 4,000 now, and another glass of wine for this guy at the front. Got 3,000. Need 4,000 now. Anybody bid now? 4. Got 3,000 now. Anybody bid now? 4,000. Got 3,000 now. Anybody bid now? 4,000. 3,000 now. Anybody bid 3,500. Got 3,000. Need 3,500. 3,000 now. Need 3,500. 3,500 now is what I need. 3,500 now. Anybody bid now? 4. Got 3,500 now. Anybody bid now? 4,000. 3,500 now. Anybody bid now? 4,000. Need 4,000 now. Anybody bid 4. 3,500. 4,000 now. Anybody bid now? 45. Got 4,000 now. Anybody bid 45. 45 now. Anybody bid now? 5,000. Got 4,500 now. Anybody bid now? 5,000. Need 5,000. Got 4,500. 4,500 now. Anybody bid now? 5,000. Got 4,500 now. Need 5,000. 45,000 now. Anybody 5,500. Got 5,000 now. 5,500. 5,000 now. Going one time. 5,000 now. Going twice. 5,000 sold. Let's give her a round of applause. I do not have her number. It's on the table. 142. You didn't even know she was bidding, man. She was so smooth. She's just bidding. You know what? You don't even look around the rest of the night, my friend. You just keep looking at me. Don't even, 142. Julia Grossman, thank you. And her husband who had no idea. That's what I'm talking about. You bring that Amex Black and you let mama do the talking tonight, my friend. This ain't none of your business. All right, here we go. Item number 2, Colorado vacation. Tracy, do we have any pictures of this? That's great. Colorado vacation, you're going to have to take my word for it. Bliss in the Rockies, Steamboat Springs, 7 nights in a 4-bedroom mountainside luxury condo. You access to all the resort amenities, ski valet, pool, etc. Housekeeping, transportation, and gratuity. You have to pay for that. Very little, I'm sure. And it's an incredible place. 7 nights, Steamboat Springs. Are the Cooperschmidts here? And the Porsches, are they here so we can thank them? Yes. Oh, somewhere. They're probably not going to want to show themselves to us because then we'll all want to hang out at their place this summer. All right. Well, just know, Cooperschmidts and Porsches, that we really appreciate you. And this place is unbelievable, so let's be generous. All right, anybody bid now? 1,000 now. Anybody bid now? 1,000 now. Anybody bid now? 2. Got 1,000 now. 2,000 now. Anybody bid now? 3. 3,000 now. Anybody bid now? 4. Got 3,000 now. Need 4,000. Anybody bid now? 4. 4,000 now. Anybody bid now? 5. Got 4,000 now. Need 5. 4,000 now. Anybody bid now? 5,000. 4,000 now. Anybody bid now? 5,000. 5,000 now. Give me a number while we're waiting. All right, I'll come back to you. 5,000 now. Anybody bid now? 6. Got 5,000 now. Back table, back to you. Where was my 4 back there? Got 5,000 now. Anybody bid now? 6. Got 5,000. 6,000 now. Thank you. 7,000 back to you. Got 6,000 now. Need 7,000. 7,000. Got 6,000 now. Anybody bid now? 7. Got 6,000. Need 7,000. Anybody bid 7,000. Got 6,000. Anybody bid now? 7. 6,000 now at the back. Need 7,000. Value of this is 14,000, just as a reference point. So we're less than half price so far. 6,000 now. Anybody bid now? 7,000. Need 7,000. Got 6,000 now. Going one time. Got 6,000. I think that was 553 at 6,000. Is that right? Was that your number back there? 6,000 going twice. Anybody want to jump in here? Oh, here we go. 7,000 now. Thank you, sir. 7,000 now. Anybody want to bid now? 8,000. Got 7,000 now. 8,000 is what we need. 7,000 now to the man behind the flowers. Need 8,000. 7,000 now is what I have. Need 8,000. 8,000 now. I got 7 now. I need 8,000. 8,000 now. 8,000? They're all tapping your shoulder, man. I don't know what's going on. 7,000 now is what I have. I need 8,000. Anybody want to bid 8,000 before I sell it for 7? Last call for 8,000 now. Man behind the flowers, what number do you have there? 473. Going one time for 7,000. Going twice for 7,000. Sold. Let's give him a round of applause. 473. All right, now we're moving south. Costa Rica. 5-star, 5-bedroom private villa that sleeps 11 in the Guanacaste province. Pool, daily housekeeping, modern luxury. It's a week-long stay. Access to 3 different white sand beaches. Place is unbelievable. Are the Lloyds here? Lloyds, thank you to the Lloyds for donating this. Christy and Jeremy, thank you. All right, 1 week at a 5-bedroom private villa in Costa Rica. Anybody give me now 1,000 now? Anybody bid 1,000 now? Anybody bid now 2? Got 2,000 now, 3,000 now. Anybody bid now 4,000 now? 5,000 now, 6,000 is what I need. Got 5,000. Got 6,000 now, 7,000 behind her, 7,000 now. Anybody bid now 8,000? Got 7,000 now, 8,000 now at the back. Somebody give me 9 now. Got 8,000 now. Anybody bid now 9? 8,000 now. Anybody bid now 9,000? Need 9,000 now. Got 8,000 in the back. Need 9,000. Anybody bid now 9,000? 9,000 now. Need 10. Anybody bid now 10? Got 9,000 now. Anybody bid now 10,000? 9,000 now. Anybody bid now 10? Got 9. Anybody bid now 10? 10,000 now. Back to you, 11,000 is what I need. Got 10,000 now. Anybody bid now 11? 10,000 now. Anybody bid 11,000? 10,000 now. Need 11,000. Anybody want to bid 11,000 now? Got 10,000. 11,000. Back to you, sir. 12,000. Got 11,000 now. Anybody want to bid now 12? 12,000 now. Back to you now, sir. 13,000. Got 12,000 now. Anybody bid 13? Got 12 now. Anybody bid now 13,000? 12 now. Anybody bid now 13? 13 now. Anybody bid now 14? Got 13 now. Anybody bid now 14? 14,000 is what I need. I got 13,000. Anybody bid now 14,000? There we go. 15,000 now. Anybody want to bid now 15,000? Got 14,000 now. Anybody want to bid now 15? 14,000. 15's what I need. 14,000. They're talking about it, husband and wife. You know, I'm a pastor by training, and I'll do counseling with you guys after the auction. 15,000 now. 16,000 now. Back to you. 15,000. Need 16,000 in the back. 15,000 now. Anybody bid now 16? Got 15 now. Anybody bid now 16,000? Got 15,000. He's out. 15,000 now. 15,000 going one time. 15,000 going twice. Let me see that number, good sir. 430. Let's give him a round of applause. 15,000. Thank you to the Lloyds. Now we have a dove hunt, Paloma dove hunt, one-of-a-kind hill country hunt, 15 guests, one afternoon dove hunt with private access to a pavilion, dinner, water, sodas, beer, all of that, and they'll clean your birds for you. So 15 people in an amazing dove hunt. This is a great guys' weekend or girls' weekend, bachelor party or bachelorette party. We are in Texas. So whatever it is that gets you excited, this is a great opportunity. Anybody bid now 1,000 now for the dove hunt for 15? 1,000 now. Anybody bid now 2? 2,000 now. Garrett, need 3,000. Got 2,000 now. Got 3,000 now right behind you. Need 4,000 now. Got 3,000 now. Anybody bid now 4,000. Got 3,000 now. Anybody bid now 4? 3,000 now. Got 3,000 now. 4,000 now. Anybody bid now 5? Got 4,000 now. Anybody bid now 5,000? 5,000 now. Anybody bid now 6? Got 5,000 now and an excited cheering onlooker. 5,000 now. 6,000 now is what I need. I got 5,000 now. 15 people dove hunt. 5,000 now is what I'm at. I need 6,000. 6,000 now. Got 5,000 now. Anybody bid now 6? 5,000 now. Anybody want to jump in at 6,000? Got 5,000 now. 5,000 at table 27. Need 6,000. 5,000 now. Last call for 5,000. 5,000 now. Going one time. 6,000 now. 6,000. You did that really well. That's what we talked about earlier, right? Got 7,000 now. Back to you, my man. 8,000 is what I need. Don't listen to your dad. Just raise that card. Just like you can't hear him. That's right. 8,000 now. Anybody bid now 9? Got 8,000 now. Anybody bid now 9,000? 8,000 now. Need 9,000. 9,000 now. 10,000. 10,000 now. Back to you, 11,000. It's like dueling pianos without the piano. 10,000 now. Anybody bid 11,000? Anybody with a great beard want to bid 11,000? Anybody at table 27 with a great beard and a green bow tie want to bid 11,000? 10,000's what I have. Need 11,000 to keep going. 10,000 now. 11,000, we'll take it for now. 10,000 going once. 10,000 going twice. Sold, 10,000. Let's give these guys a round of applause. 354. All right, here we go. We got 3 items left. 4 items. Seafood extravaganza. 20 people get to join the Taylor family with a seafood feast, including shrimp and other seafood in season, sausage, potatoes, and corn, all with that seafood. The meal is donated and prepared by Joy and Andrew Olczak. Are they here? Olczak. The Olczaks. Yeah. 20 people get to join the Taylors. If you don't like the Taylors for some reason and you're here tonight, you can bid to not have them come, and if the number gets high enough, they won't show up, if that's your choice. Drinks are provided. All drinks, not just water either. Yeah, when Kristen says drinks, y'all know what's up. Yeah, she's not talking about water. She doesn't fall far from her mom's tree on that. Silver Eagle's donating those drinks. And Becky Russell says amen to that. Amen. All right, 20 people, seafood dinner with the Taylors. Here we go. Somebody bid now 1,000 now. Anybody bid now 1,000 now? Anybody bid now 2,000 now? Anybody bid now 3,000? Got 3,000 now. Anybody bid now 4? Got 3,000 now. Anybody bid now 4,000? 3,000, 4,000 now. 4,000. Anybody bid now 5? Got 4,000 now. Anybody bid now 5,000? 5,000 now. Anybody bid now 6? Got 5,000 now. Anybody bid now 6,000? 5,000 now. 6,000 now. Anybody bid now 7? Got 6,000 now. Anybody bid now 7? 7,000 is what I need. I got 6,000. 7,000 now is what I need. Got 7,000. Anybody bid now 8,000? 7,000 now. Anybody bid now 8? 7,000 now. Anybody bid now 8,000? Got 7,000. Anybody on this side of the room want to bid 8,000? 7,000 now. Anybody want to bid 8,000? $7,000 now. Anybody bid now 8? $8,000 now, back to you, 9,000. 9,000 now, let's go to 5 digits. 9,000 now, anybody want to bid now? 10,000. 9,000 now, 10,000 is what we need. Got 9,000, need 10,000. Got 9, anybody want to bid now? 10. 9,000 now, going one time. 9,000 now, going twice. So, let me see that number, 130. 9,000. Let's give him a round of applause. Hillary and Peter Bridgman, thank you guys very much. All right, Rebecca Taylor glass art. Do we have this piece of art? Look at this thing. I don't even want to touch it. I'll just let you look at it right here. All right, read in your program. I'm not going to read you the whole thing. Rebecca made this. She collaborated with an artist, communicated her vision. Great, thank you. You can hold it. You break it, you buy it, my friend. And we're still bidding, even if you break it. So, all right. Rebecca made this. Rebecca, do you have any words? Do you have any words about this? Rebecca, anything that you want to say about the inspiration you had behind this piece? Just very inspirational. You feel deeply moved by the piece, yes? Yeah. All right, good. Rebecca was so close to this when it was being made that she could feel the heat from the oven pressing against her skin, which sounds terrible, actually. Sorry they put that in here. That feels like something you said to your friends, but you didn't really want to be in the program at your gala, so I'm sorry. Any other terrible things that have happened to you lately that you wanted us to announce to the crowd? I mean, just let me know. I'll let them know for you. Who made this thing? Come on, man. That's not a positive thing. It burned me. It burned me, Mom. Oh, we'll put that in the program. That's great. Burned her. All right. Good. I'm very sorry that that burned you, and I hope we make up for it with how much we sell it for. Thank you for literally giving a piece of yourself for this beautiful piece of art. All right, here we go. Anybody bid now? 1,000 now. 1,000 now. 2,000 now. 3,000 now. Anybody bid now? 4,000. Step it up, Elizabeth. 4,000 now. 5,000 now. Anybody bid now? 6. 5,000 now. Anybody bid now? 6,000. 6,000 now. 5,000. Anybody bid now? 6,000 now. Anybody bid now? 7,000. 6,000 now to the Taylor family, which somebody better get that number from him. What would be great is if you don't actually know whose credit card that's linked to. If you found it at the candy bar, then just keep bidding. But if that's your parents, you want to get their permission, all right? 6,000 now for the Taylor family. 7,000 now. It's always weird when you're bidding against the parents. I don't know how this is supposed to go. All right, I think they would love if you took it. Okay, got it. Okay, got it. And Tim's not even here. Boom. Sucker. 6,000 now. Yeah, you don't even care about Tim. You don't even know him. He's in California. 7,000 now. Anybody bid now? 8,000. 8,000 now. Anybody bid now? 9,000. Got 8,000 now. Anybody bid now? 9,000. 8,000 now. Anybody bid now? 9. 9,000 is what do we need? We got 8,000. 9,000 now. Anybody want to bid now? 9,000. Got 8,000 now. Anybody want to bid now? 9,000. 8,000 now. Need 9,000. Got 8,000 now with only 2 items left. 8,000 now going one time. 8,000 now going twice. That's right. Thank you for that reminder. 9,000. Back to the Winters for 10,000. Got 9,000. Got 10,000 now. We're at 10,000. Need 11,000. 10,000 now. Need 11,000. 10,000 now. Anybody bid now? 11,000. 10,000 now. 11,000. Let's get 12,000 now. Got 11,000. Have some more wine. 12,000 back to you. No wine for you. 11,000 is what we have. Need 12. She says, yes, she's nodding her head, bro. Don't hesitate. Come on, man. 12,000. His arm's getting tired. He's like, I'm exhausted, man. I've had to bid 6 times. 12,000. Need 13 now. Got 12,000 now. Anybody bid now? 13,000. 12,000 now. Need 13. 12,000 now. Going one time. 12,000. Going twice. 12,000 Uncle Tim, who's not even here because he's in California. And that's exactly what we're going to do to him. Anybody else have a family member who's not here tonight? This is a great system to me, man. By the time they get the credit card bill, we won't even be here. That's perfect. All right, Rolando. We're going to bring up, let's give Rolando Diaz one more round of applause. It's incredible that just an hour and a half ago, that was a completely blank canvas. And Rolando just had a vision and inspiration from some pictures he said he saw, and I'll let him say something.
So good to be here tonight, and what an amazing event. I mean, I do a lot of these fundraisers. This is exceptional, but anyway, so I got to speak with Rebecca and with Kristen, and Rebecca picks out some paintings from my past, you know, and this is similar to a painting that she had seen before of a mother and child, and it's actually called Unconditional Love. That's what we're going to name it. And it has to do with the caretakers and the people that, you know, help in a situation like this. And there's an angel that I placed over them as they work hard to get all this stuff accomplished. And then I found out that Rebecca loves white and yellow roses, so I took a couple of roses down there on the bottom. See the little roses down there? And so anyway, I hope you find it exciting enough to bid on.
Let's thank Rolando one more time. Beautiful painting. Rolando, if you'll go both ways so that everybody can see it. All right, anybody want to bid now? $1,000. 1,000 now. Anybody bid now? 2. 2,000 now. Anybody bid now? 3. 3 now. Anybody bid now? 4 now. Got 3 now. Anybody bid now? 4. Got 3,000 now. Got 4. Anybody bid now? 5,000. Got 4,000 now. 5,000 now. Anybody bid now? 6. Got 5,000 now. Anybody bid now? 6. 6,000 now. Anybody bid now? 7. 6,000 now. Anybody bid now? 7,000. 6,000 now. Anybody bid now? 7,000. Got 6,000 now. Got 7,000 now. Anybody want to bid now? 8,000. Got 7,000 now. Anybody want to bid now? 8. 8,000 now. Anyone want to bid now? 9. 9,000 now. Anybody want to bid now? 10. 9,000 now. Anybody want to bid now? 10,000. Got 9,000 now. Anybody want to bid now? 10,000. Got 9,000. Need 10,000 now. It's traded who had the number there. I like that. It worked last gala. I'll remember that. 10,000 now, need 11. Got 10,000 now. Anybody want to bid 11,000 now? Anybody want to bid now? 12,000. Got 11,000 now. Anybody want to bid now? 12. 12,000 now is what we need. Got 11,000. Anybody want to bid now? 12,000 now. Anybody want to bid now? 13. 13 now. Anybody want to bid now? 14. Got 13 now. Anybody want to bid now? 14,000. 13,000 now. Anyone want to bid 14? Got 13 now. Anybody want to bid now? 14,000 now. Need 15,000. 15,000 now. Anybody want to bid now? 16,000. Got 15,000 now. Anybody want to bid now? 16. Got 15,000. Anybody bid now? 16,000 now. Anybody 17,000 now. They're getting less excited as we go, though. It should be the opposite. You should be more excited. Every bid, that painting is more valuable. How cool is that? You get to set the value of your own painting. That's amazing. 17,000 now. Uh-oh, he's standing up. Oh, it's a duel. It's a duel. All right. All right. 17,000 now. 18 is what I need. 18,000 now. Need 19,000. Got 19,000 now. 20,000 is what I need. 20,000. 21,000 now. Anybody want to bid now? 22. 21,000 now. Anybody want to bid now? You're at 21. Anybody want to bid now? 22. Got 21,000 over here. Need 22. 22,000. 23,000 now, 24,000, 24,000, 25 now is what we need, 25,000, 26,000, she's got it. She said, you're good at 25. That was it. That was the cap, you know? 25,000 going once. Anybody else want to jump in? Uh-oh. The hat is included at 26. Uh-oh, this could change the game. Yeah, of course.
Hey, I'm going to play it up. So I forgot to mention that the leaves mean growth and new beginnings. There's a lot of leaves in the painting. I have a lot of leaves in my work. Anyway, so if anybody, where are we at? Where are we at? So let's say we get to 27. I'll throw in $1,000 on 2 prints valued at $500 each. It's not of this painting. It's some previous paintings from the past. So if you're interested in getting it that high, then I'll throw in $1,000, 2 prints at $500 each.
All right, so we're at 25,000. Anybody want to jump in here at the end? 25,000 now going one time. Anybody want to jump in at 26? 25,000 going twice. 25,000. Let's give them a round of applause. They've been bidding on almost everything tonight, and they finally got something. 25,000. Thank you to the Mims, you guys. Faithful supporters from the very beginning. And I know my face lit up when I saw you tonight because you make my job easier. And I saw your husband cried a little tear when he saw me coming through. Oh, no, that guy again. Shoot. Oh, yeah, Chris, good to see you again. And you too, sir. All right, last item. We got Rebecca's painting. Look at this incredible painting that she painted. This is the one that went for... The same item went for $42,000 last gala 2 years ago. Unbelievable painting. 22 by 30. Mrs. Mary Scow helped Rebecca again. And just a beautiful painting. And it's truly just special to have a piece of art that you know Rebecca poured her heart and soul into. And that has a lot of meaning for her as she continues this journey that she's on. And Kristen has wanted me to hand Rebecca the microphone. Okay. Sorry she did that to you. I know. She's your mom, though. You got to listen to her still.
I chose a pear tree because this charity has given us a lot back to be able to help all the children. And so y'all helped us plant a seed, and now we're finally able to harvest the fruits.
Yeah. That's great. The fruit on that tree is symbolic of the fruit that is born on a night like tonight and anytime we plant seeds in the lives of other people. And we're fortunate that we get to see some of that fruit bear, but we all know there's so much fruit we'll never get to see this side of heaven. And that'll be a sweet day when we get to see all the places and people that the fingerprints of our lives and our generosity are all over. But a beautiful, beautiful message, Rebecca, gifted artist, and really excited to see how this one does. This is our last item, and then we'll do our paddles up at the end. All right. Anybody bid now? 5,000 now. Anybody bid now? 5,000 now. Need 5,000. Got 5,000 now. Anybody bid now? 7,000 now. Anybody bid now? 9,000. 7,000 now. Need 9. 9,000 now. Anybody bid now? 11,000. 9,000 now. Anybody bid 11,000. 11,000 now. Anybody bid now? 13. Got 11,000 now. Need 13. 13 now. Anybody bid now? 15. Got 13 now. Anybody bid now? 15 now. 13,000 now. Anybody bid now? 13,000. 15,000. Just outbid yourself. I like your style. 15,000 now. How much is the U.S. military paying these days? Come on. 15,000. 17 now. Anybody bid now? 19. You are not the high bidder right now. This is another person not using your same checking account. Yes. 19,000 now. 21,000 is what I need. Got 19 now. 19,000 now. Need 21,000. Got 19. Anybody bid now? 21. 19,000 to the Lathams. Need 21,000. 19,000 is the current high bid. Anybody want to bid now? 21,000. 19,000. 21,000 now. Anybody want to bid now? 23,000. Got 19. 21. Sorry. Got 21,000. Anybody want to bid now? 23,000. I do feel like this painting. Thank you. 23. I think it's going to have to go higher than Rolando's. Let's be honest. Rolando's great. Rolando's great, but Rebecca's Rebecca. Rolando is back. Let me see what he's going to say.
Okay, you understand that I'm an artist, and this is a very nice watercolor. It's beautiful. She did an amazing job on this. I love the whole feeling of the watercolor. If I had $25,000, I'd bid on it. Okay.
All right. 23,000 is what we're at. Need 25. Got 23,000 now. Anybody want to bid now? 25,000. 23,000 now is what we have. Anybody bid now? 25,000. Got 23 now. Need 25. 23,000 now. 23,000 now going one time. Yes. You're welcome to bid 25 if you want. Would not be the first time on this item that had happened. I am not losing this item. I'm going up again. 23,000 now going one time. 23,000 now going twice. Let's give her a round of applause. 23,000 to Aunt Elizabeth. All right. So here's the chance. We're going to do paddles up here. So here's how this is going to work. I know we all come to these events. We want to be helpful. We want to participate in the journey. We want to support the mission. Sometimes paintings get a little out of hand. People outbid themselves. It just kind of gets crazy. I understand. Things go sideways. So this is the chance for everyone in the room to be able to participate at whatever level you feel comfortable. And we're going to start that pretty substantially and see if anybody wants to jump in, and then we'll move down from there. So if you do need to hold your number up very high because the volunteers are going to have to write all these numbers down. I will say your number, and then that's when you can put the number down. And I'll start on the right side of the room and scan across to the left, okay? So again, we're going to go big because we never know where somebody wants to be. All this money going to find a cure for pancreatitis. The top 2 people tonight that on this paddles up get a bottle of the Cartier champagne. Is it 2? It's the top 2. Top. Yeah. The champagne. That was very nice of them to give more watches. How many of those watches do they have? Where's my watch? Wait a minute. All right. 2, that's what I'm saying. You like the guy in New York City. He's like, you guys need a watch? All right. I like your style, though. That's good. So top 2 get Cartier champagne. Can't buy it. You can technically with a really large donation tonight, but typically outside of this night, cannot buy it. Okay, paddles up. Here we go. Does anybody want to do 50,000 for the paddles up? 50,000. Let's give them a round of applause. And let's get her a bottle opener. Let's get her husband A defibrillator, yeah. Let's get her husband a second job, yeah. Premium LinkedIn account for him. That's what I'm talking about. All right, 50,000. Anybody else want to do 50? That seemed like fun. Who else wants to jump in? Easiest $50,000 I've ever raised. That was awesome. 50,000. 50,000. All right, anybody want to do 25,000? Anybody want to jump in at 25,000 tonight? 25,000. I just want to put it out there. Free visit to the candy bar for anyone who does 25,000. Is that okay, Rebecca? Rebecca blesses that. Anybody 25? All right, let's go. Oh, yes. Anyone who does over $1,000 gets one of the lithographs of Rebecca's painting. Those are beautiful. So that's everybody in the room. So that's cool. All right. So no 25. That's all right. We got a 50, so I'm feeling good about that. How about 15,000? Anybody want to jump in at 15,000? 15,000. Anybody? 162. 15,000 for 162. So that will get them a bottle of champagne. The nicest one you've ever bought, by the way. The young family at the front there. Well, I don't think they want to. You just slide over there. Just real casually. Want you to know, good sir, I released my first book 2 years ago, and I've already sold 2,000 copies. So just keep that in mind while you drink that champagne, all right? All right. 15,000 now. Anybody else want to go for 15,000? 15,000 now. Anybody else? All right, let's go to 10,000. I'll start on the right. Anybody want to jump in at 10,000? 10,000 now. Looking for anybody at 10,000. 10,000 now. Anybody at 10,000? 10,000 now. Anybody want to do 10,000? We got 25. We got 15 and we got 50. Does anybody want to do 10,000? 10,000. Anybody? All right, that's all right. Anybody want to do 5,000? $5,000. Lithograph, of course. 143. 5,000. Thank you, sir. Anybody else? Yeah, you can give him a round of applause. Feels worthy. 183. Let's give them a round of applause. Anybody else? 5,000. 353. 5,000. 500. Thank you. 5,000. Let's give them both a round of applause. 353 and 500. I think they're getting a lithograph, but 353 could use one. Anybody else? $5,000. Anybody else want to jump in at $5,000? Remember, anything over 1,000 gets one of these beautiful lithographs. All right, how about 2,500? Anybody want to jump in at 2,500? 171, 283, 364, 144, 330, 332, 121, 501. I got yours. Yes. Okay. Got it. Okay. That's 8 people at 2,500. 9 people, 289, 289, 376. Oh, that's my number. Okay. That's weird. All right. There we go. I was making fun of the guy in California. I'm 50 feet away. Got me. All right. That was number 10. Thank you very much. Yes. Yes. And I better be taking Rebecca home, too. You get to come live with us. Thank you so much. Give us inspiration every day. 10 people now at 2,500. Anybody else whose number I have not called? 501. I called you, but they're going to bring you a lithograph, I think. 501. 10 people, 2,500. That's $25,000 more dollars, folks, which is amazing. All right, now 1,000. I know there's going to be a lot of these for the lithographs, so be patient with me. $1,000. We got 173. Oh, boy. 275. 271. The numberless. I don't know how we're going. 160. 153. 271. 381. 185. Thank you. 382. 424. 380. 550. 540, 441, 541, 451, 454, 298, 331, 513, 482, 311, 310. Who else did I miss? 454, did I get you already? 533, thank you. That was a lot. 280. Okay. Anybody else that I missed? If you raised your number, did not get a lithograph, go ahead and raise it again. I will not call it a second time. I mean, I can. It feels unethical, though. That was a lot. I did not get how many that was, but they were many. Yes, 532. 532, Lauren, if you don't have them, but not twice. Although he looks very generous, so that's up to you. Anybody else at 1,000? We got a few lithographs left. 372. Cousin's jumping in the game now. That's what I'm talking about. All right. Anybody else? Don't have a number. All right. All right. That's fine. Just wave your credit card. All right. Numberless. I'm sure someone knows her in the room. Any more at $1,000? And then we'll do one more round. Kristen at 500. One more round at 500, and then we'll close it up. And then we're going to party. That's right. All right, $500. This is the last round. Number 400. Lauren, this is $500. Okay, 400, 296, 461, 624, 384, 421, 296, 287, 302, 160. Last call, $500. 503, 131. Anybody else? Anybody else? Good? All right, by my very rough as we went calculations, that auction just raised about $250,000, which is pretty substantial. Let's give Rebecca and all her friends one more big round of applause. That's why we're doing this. And let's find a cure for pancreatitis. Thank you, guys.
Way to go, Chris. Thank you. Everybody just remain standing here. Jenny, come up. Brian, Kristen, Rebecca's here. Nicholas, Alexander. No, Alexander, you stay at the table. No, come on up. And at the exciting end of the room is a fabulous group called the Clocks. Great guys, fabulous musicians, something for everybody. It's going to be fun. Elizabeth Latham, who bid against herself earlier in the auction, is going to sing again. She does. I don't know what that means, but she does everything twice apparently. And Rebecca's childhood friend, Callie Blake, is going to sing, and I think that's it. Let me introduce you to Jenny Winter.
Say thank you first. Say
Who?
Thank you. We're going to say thank you really quick.
Who's going to say thank you? Brian? Okay. No, come on up. No one told me. I mean, I just.
Exactly. Thank you.
You don't know what she is?
For those of you who don't know me, I'm Rebecca's dad. She has a dad, and thank you. Appreciate it, Ryan. 2 years ago, most of you in this room were here when we launched this wish and just had no clue how many of you, we knew how many people had been supporting our family, but we did not know how many of you wanted to come alongside us and help all the other families. And it's been amazing to watch this happen, to see what's happening in San Antonio from a medical perspective. But I hope some of you get a chance to talk to some of these families. I hope you get a chance to talk to some of the care providers. But we have already changed healthcare. And there are kids in this room tonight that would not have been here 2 years ago, period. And it's because of you. So thank you. And I thank you as a dad for coming alongside my daughter and my boys and my family. And I'm beyond words grateful for that. And I don't know where Tracy just ran off to, but Tracy, we owe you and your committee and everybody that I don't want to miss names, but I hope you see what you've done and you continue to do. And we thank you for that. And we have some flowers that are woefully inadequate, but we thank you from the bottom of our hearts for all that you do. There's another gift later. Once the Mims walk away, we're going to give you the Cartier champagne, and it's just going to, yeah. But we do it. There is more later. Thank you all for your generosity of your time, your heart, your spirit, your prayer, your money, and for just believing in us and blowing wind at our sails here, because there's going to be a cure on the way soon. So thank you very much. Jenny?
Kristen, anything else?
No, I know you announced Callie's going to sing at the end. That's been Rebecca's lifelong friend after, but my beautiful sister, Jenny, has flown in from California with her lovely daughter, Lydia. Hi, Lydia. Hi. And we would really be honored if you would listen to my sister's closing words. Her son right now has leukemia, and there's something about having two sisters who have children with life-threatening illnesses and go through that together, that God has placed us together to be here for each other. So we really thought it would be very special that she would close tonight and end by saying some closing words. But we're super thankful she got to come.
Now, listen, I'm originally a Russell, and they told me I could talk, so I have a 4-minute speech. So if you want to sit down, you can sit down.
I thought you were kidding.
I'm serious. I'm not kidding. She told me to talk. Now, listen, I remember Rebecca's first cry. I had my ear up to the hospital door, and she was loud, and she was ready for this world. And I walked into that hospital room, and she had the biggest round green eyes and the fattest cheeks. And she was just right. And I remember beginning to weep, and I went to the hospital bathroom, and I locked the door, and I got on my knees, and I thanked God because I knew my world had changed for the better. 12 years later, we were at Mayo, and I remember the man who walked out of the surgical room with her pancreas. He had a blue igloo cooler, blue and white igloo cooler. He was wearing a green polo shirt, and he walked across the room with her pancreas in it, and I began to weep. And I went to that hospital bathroom, and I locked the door, and I got on my knees, and I prayed in fear because I knew her world had changed forever. A couple years later, we were in the hospital room, and I was painting her nails, and she was telling me about this program she wanted to start, about Rebecca's Wish. She wanted to take the pain she had been through and make life better for children who were going through it. And guess what? I began to cry, and I went into that hospital bathroom, and I locked the door, and I got on my knees, and I thanked God because I knew our world would be made better because of her. Because of this selfless child, she birthed a love that was compassionate and kind, a love that she learned from the example of Jesus Christ, a love she learned from her mom and dad, and she did for others what she wished had been done for her. And she changed this world for the better. And this room tonight is filled with people who love that kind of way. You kids who are struggling with pancreatitis, we are watching you. We see how brave you have to be. We see what you're going through, and we want you to know that we are learning from you. We are learning how to be brave. We are learning how to endure. And you are changing our world for the better because of it. And you parents that have children who are suffering, I'm just learning to relate to that this year. It is the worst that life has to throw at us. It is the worst pain. And yet you're still doing it. You're getting up every morning. You're holding on tight. You're loving with endurance and perseverance and unconditionally. We see you, we are with you, and we are learning from you. And in this room tonight, around all these tables, you guys, you didn't just give money, but you reached out to serve. You came when you could have checked it off to-do list. Your to-do list was too big, and yet you came anyways. I'm so thankful for the people in this room that love my family, that love my sister and my brother and my nephews and my niece. You have given so much of yourselves, and your servant heart has taught us how to love better. And our family wants to say thank you. We want to say thank you. Will you guys pray with me? Father, we thank you for being present here tonight, for your spirit that flows freely through the hearts of those around us. Father, we thank you for the love here tonight, the love that interrupts every bad moment that the Taylor families have ever had, the love that has interrupted every bad thing this world has to throw at us. And we thank you for the hope of heaven, that this world is not our home or our stopping place. We mostly thank you tonight, Father, for birthing something so beautiful out of so much pain, for the example you set for us by sending your son Jesus to teach us how to love fully. And we praise you, Father, for all the world changers you created in this room tonight. Make us brave, make us selfless, make us compassionate. In Jesus' name we pray, amen.
You turn your attention to the stage. Callie's going to sing for us, and then it's going to be the after party.
give her one more applause. She's only 16 years old. Gala, you are gifted, my friend. Keep singing. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for a beautiful night. We want to get you started. And I am going to sing one last song for you.
Sorry about that. No, it's good. I didn't know you were recording still. I'm going to go out there to the dance floor and get some shots.